Hello everyone, this is Empress Pamela, and today I am visiting a place in Raleigh, North Carolina called a Labyrinth. Now, let me see where it all begins. So, today is December 31st, New Year's Eve. It's unseasonably warm here in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's about 65, 70. Beautiful. So, Sacred Walk Garden. It looks like they just planted these beautiful pansies, and I was planning to walk the Labyrinth and talk about my pre-cancer diagnosis leading up to the diagnosis, and I thought walking the Labyrinth would be a good thing, so let us begin. So, as you know, Monday, December 27th, I was diagnosed with endometrial adenocarcinoma, which is a uterine cancer, and I've had a couple days of up and down roller coaster of emotions. I'm still waiting for the oncologist to call me to set up an appointment. So that's been kind of annoying but understanding because it is holiday week. Anyway, so this is pre-diagnosis. So, as you know, with what humanity has been dealing with for the past 2 years, I think for the most part, especially at the beginning, we were told to distance ourselves and such. So a lot of people, including me, put my health on the back burner, meaning maybe your 6-month dentist appointment, or if it wasn't virus related, those checkups and well checkups and that kind of thing. But let's see, I got to the point back in March of 2021 where I knew I had the ability to do a telephone call with a doctor, and at that time, so that's like 9 months ago, I was experiencing discharge, but so this is may get a little gross, but discharge, but I thought it was menopause or hormone related, or I had just had like a bacterial infection, which I have had because I was swimming for the last couple years, and with pH and all that, chlorine and all that kind of stuff, it can screw up your female, gut and flora. Anyway, so they gave me a medicine. It kind of worked, but then, I don't know, the symptoms continued. And so finally I was like, I can't go back swimming with this type of discharge. Let me go and get tested for whatever. And I had an appointment in, I think it was October, with like Planned Parenthood or something like that. I thought it was going to be inexpensive and quick, which it is neither. And I made it to my appointment at Planned Parenthood, and I just didn't feel right about it. I was like, shit, this doesn't feel right. I didn't feel comfortable. And I thought, if I really have a situation, I need to have a doctor who knows me, dedicated to my situation. For some reason, I thought that at the time. So even though I don't have insurance, or I have like some bogus type of crappy plan that covers barely nothing, literally nothing. I think I got a $1,500 bill and they only paid $30. And the surgery that I had recently on the 22nd of December cost $12,000. And that was a hysteroscopy. It's not a hysterectomy. They just had to, anyway, they had to go in there and do a biopsy and look at the mass that was in my uterus. But anyway, I have basically no insurance coverage. So I'm like, anyway, and Planned Parenthood is not cheap. So I called a gynecological office, and the first appointment they had available was November 1st. So here I am dealing with a chronic problem since probably way before March. And now I'm not getting an appointment till November 1st. So I have my appointment November 1st. I get the pap smear, the pelvic exam, then I get blood work, testing for HIV, testing for STDs, going through the whole thing, and everything comes back negative, including the pap smear and whatever. And but then I get medicine to see if it will help with the discharge, which it kind of did for a week, and then it came back. Then my nurse practitioner, who's a beautiful lady, so amazing, compassionate, healer, amazing. She said, oh, look, we got to the middle. She said, you know what, let's get an ultrasound just to see what's in there. And of course, I go for my ultrasound. She had to move it up to get it done real quick. And what date was that? That might have been the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, something like that. And get the ultrasound, comes back. They found a mass in my uterus. Then I go back to the office and they try to biopsy my cervix and try to get at the mass. So the cervical biopsy came back benign, but she wasn't able to get the mass, like scrape the mass. So then she hands me over to the doctor, surgeon. And the idea being, in order to find out what kind of mass it is, whether it's a polyp, a fibroid, or something else, they have to go in and do a hysteroscopy, which is similar to a DNC or whatever. So on December 22nd, which is just last week, or whatever, I don't even know what day it is. Oh yeah, it's the 31st. I go in for a hysteroscopy. And so that's the 22nd. And then on the 27th, I get the call that the pathology report says I have endometrioid adenocarcinoma. Whatever. Now I have to be, quote unquote, handed over to the gynecologic oncologist. So where I am today, this is day 5 after diagnosis. I'm still waiting to get a phone call from the cancer doctor who supposedly, this is what I'm told, and of course things can change, supposedly I will get a hysterectomy, and I don't know if it's radical where they take all the ovaries and such out, because I haven't had an appointment with them yet. But the next step would be to get a hysterectomy, which is the removal of your uterus, and then they will evaluate the mass and figure out the stage, and they'll figure out if it has spread to any other organ, and I guess they'll figure out if there's like chemo involved or any other types of, what do you call it, post-treatment. So for the first day, I think I was in shock. I let everybody know, texted, called friends and family, did my video. Then I find that in moments of being alone, I may dip into fear, depression, basically, and lower vibration. And I know in order to get through this, I need to stay high vibe. One reason why I'm at this Labyrinth for meditation, and I'm out in nature, which is good. So look at, we're still walking the labyrinth. Yeah, I just wanted to give you kind of a heads up on what my journey has been so far. It's been long, so now it's like 2 months of all the testing, all the blood work. I didn't even talk about that, whatever. But there's a lot of steps involved to lead up to this. And the symptoms were not blatantly evident, I guess. So it wasn't like I was bleeding out or whatever. But it was a chronic discharge. And the discharge was clear at times, maybe brownish, but not bloody or anything. So, in me telling my story, maybe it's a good heads up for other women who might be, I don't think you have to be postmenopausal, but basically where, I don't know if you do this, but you kind of rationalize in your mind, oh, it's nothing, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, and you're just tricking yourself, basically. So I'm going to sit on this bench, wrap it up, give you a clear view of what we just did. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your kindness, your compassion, and hopefully you'll continue on my journey with me, and we'll experience great positive things together. Healing. I'm going to be, I think, involving myself with different healing modalities, maybe some holistic medicine, as a complement to whatever traditional medicine is recommended. So maybe we're taking a little bit of a turn in focus on my channel, and hopefully you'll stay with me for the ride. Love you much, and Happy New Year 2022. Thank you.